My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. Alright, defect, let's go. What defect build have I not yet done on the climb? The question eternal. I've done dark orbs, I've done like multiple different orbs. I haven't done a successful barrage deck. Let's do that. Ooh, that's a second copy of Barrage really early. Sure, we'll take that and the Lantern. Additional energy on turn 1. Upgrade Zap as soon as possible. Hopefully this isn't a fight. It's not! Oh, yeah! I'm gonna get that elite for free and then that elite for free. Perfect. What luck. Alright, free elite for me. We get bronze scale, started combat with 3 thorns, as well as... Am I going to take a storm this early just so that I can start getting out lightning orbs for my barrage? Sure. I'll even upgrade it so that I always have it in my opening hand. It's not going to be useful until I get something else as well, but whatever. Okay, Whetstone here can only actually upgrade 2 strikes. Oh, no, of course, the barrages. Clicked in the middle of the 2 relics, got the wrong one. You're taking that Whetstone. Hey, it hit a barrage. Nice, good to see it. Ancient Tea set, whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. We are definitely going to take a rainbow here. I'd take Trip if I had the money for it, or even Vajra. I'm slightly short. Alright, so we'll remove a strike. Move on. And... Ooh. Hang on, can I even kill that backliner? I can give it a 50-50 of dying. Or I can take only 1 damage this turn and then guarantee to kill next turn, which seems like a better option for me. Beam Cell has a little bit of a place in this deck right now, just as an amplifier for the barrage. I don't know about that. We'll upgrade the other rainbow and then the barrage thereafter. So we're obviously looking for orb slots wherever we can find them. Capacitor, obviously, a huge part of that. I'll want to open the fight probably with rainbow here. This gives me a lot of orbs to work with. Alright, so how much do I want to defend this turn? A lot. Okay, so we'll zap and then dual cast the Frost Orb. So we get 15 block this turn. That's pretty damn good, right? And now I'm totally fine to just wait until I get my next copy of... Beautiful. Literally any way to evoke, so just dual cast will do it. Lovely. Toxic Egg, whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it, as well as a Steroid Potion and a Self-Repair. We'll definitely take the Self-Repair. Steroid Potion we'll take rather than the Attack Potion here as well, because it will amplify our damage pretty ridiculously. Alright, this has gone really well so far. I'm going to use a skill potion here, looking for draw mainly. Don't manage to find it. I'll go for the defense and a little bit of energy here. The problem we're about to run into is that I don't have a bunch of damage independent of attacks. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I have to rainbow, then self-repair. This is just enough to put the enemy on the floor. Literally just. The big problem I have here is I have to play Barrage. It's a bunch of damage. I can't really afford not to. Okay. Easy Barrage, but do I follow up with the dual cast? Yes. And strike to put him on the grounds. No, I'll actually just double defend. I'm not even going to strike here. So I'll be taking some damage this turn, but the enemy transforms during their turn, which now means they're not even attacking this turn. See how they're still trying to buff? They aren't even defending against attacks. So I can just hit them all I want. It just buys me an extra turn here. Neat little way to cheat out some extra damage. Alright. So as I mentioned before, the obvious pickup for this deck is orb slots. As soon as we get some orb slots, we are flying. Buffer, prevent the next time you lose HP. That's pretty damn good here. Provides us a lot of defense, synergizes with Storm already. Bias Cognition is good, but this deck doesn't end fights really quickly based on its orbs. So it doesn't really make too much sense here. If I had more powers, it would make a lot of sense. But it looks like I'll lose long fights if I play it, and otherwise it's a dead draw. Creative AI. At the start of your turn, add a random power card to your hand. Upgrades to only be 2 cost. Now, that will trigger the Storm every turn, but can I invest to play a power every single turn? Not really. Well, good thing I didn't try to. I think I'll be taking the Velvet Choker here. I do want the extra energy. The ability to play Rainbow and then 2 cards thereafter is really important for us. As well as the ability to play basically any power that we put in our deck. Did I skip Buffer? I did. I can't believe I did that. I was literally just talking about how much I wanted to take that Buffer. Oh, cool. I actually just don't get it. Fine. Fine. I deserve that. That's my bad. I'll take the Velvet Choker. It's unlikely to choke us unless we get a copy of Fission or something in the deck. And if we do, well, poor luck for us, frankly. Okay, so 2 midline upgrades and 2 elites, or 3 elites, 1 midline upgrade, 2 shops. 2 shops is actually probably a better value proposition for us. I don't really want to put the birds on the ground here. But I also don't want to take damage. So if I didn't put them on the ground, obviously they'd just die against my thorns, but... oh well. Some sacrifices have to be made. Okay. Ouchie. And easy kill. Power potion as well as a pre-upgraded charge battery. Sure. Obviously the wrong ordering there. Just ask the Barrage. Rainbow's in the next hand at the very least. It's very important that I play the self-repair, even if it's my own risk. Gets us a bunch of HP back. Alright. Claw, Force Field. Force Field will eventually be good, but not yet, so I can't take it. If I get Jaxed, I lose 3 HP, gain 3 strength, because it'll be upgraded because of the Toxic Egg. And that'll just enhance the effect of these barrages pretty ridiculously. I think I take it. It's worth noting that the mutagenic strength, which is to say the special relic on offer there that gives you 3 strength on turn 1, isn't going to be particularly effective for us. Primarily due to the fact that we don't use our attacks on turn 1. We mostly just set up on turn 1. I've got to remember not to play Jax any more times than is strictly necessary. Otherwise, I'm just wasting a bunch of my HP. Defragment's the obvious pickup here. That's a pre-upgraded Apotheosis. There's very few cards in this deck that it needs to hit, though. Like, I'll upgrade Defragment myself. I'll upgrade self-repair myself. Even if I get the Apotheosis, I do those upgrades because I might draw these cards before I draw the Apotheosis. And a power card doesn't cycle through, right? It doesn't exhaust, it doesn't cycle through. It's just in play for the rest of the game. I could also just take the Clockwork Souvenir, start each combat with one artifact, and that actually makes my life a lot easier in terms of... Actually, funnily enough, if I had the Mutagenic Strength, Clockwork Souvenir would cancel out the loss of the Strength on turn 1, so I would just always start combat with +3 Strength. So, unfortunate combo not realized, but, hell, that happens sometimes. I'm actually going to use the steroid potion here. So we've got 14 by 3 is 42. That's not a kill on the backliner yet. Use a power potion as well. Yeah, bias cognition definitely. Cool. Got the backliner down there, saved myself a bunch of HP in doing so. Blue Candle, unplayable curse cards can now be played, as well as Consume. Seek is a little bit of a problem for us because of the Velvet Choker. Seek is a little bit more difficult to play. We don't have many orb slots, so we can't really use Consume, and also we're focusing on having a bunch of channeled orbs in order to do damage from our Barrage, so Consume makes absolutely no sense in this deck. Darkness is pre-upgraded, and we already have one Darkness channeling in this deck, so there's a little bit of an inclination on my part for taking that. I think I still take the Seek. It's just I'm going to have to be very, very careful about what I seek out of my deck, so that I don't play more than 6 cards in a turn. This fight's going to be really difficult for us because we're not going to be able to kill either of these on turn 1. Okay, that gave us the best chance of killing something on turn 1. We managed to kill something on turn 1, which means the backliner is not guaranteed to attack this turn, and thankfully they don't. Okay, we'll Rainbow, Defragment, Self-Repair, then Jax. This gives me full defense. Full defense? No, right, because you got buffed by 4. Damn. Gives me really reasonable defense that turn. Come on, backliner, don't attack. Hell yeah! Okay, we've got really quite lucky with the fact that the backliner hasn't attacked basically any of these times. It's a resummon right there. Definitely using another Jax. 12 for each channeled orb is a lot of damage. And then I'll be doing that again next turn with the Barrage, although I'll be weakened. So 12 minus 24% means... 25% rather means I'll be doing 8. 8? No, 9. So this would be 36 and then 9 next turn. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Dun, 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 dun. Never mind. We won't be weakened next turn. Beautiful. All right. Good. I'm really glad that I didn't escape this fight, but it could have gone so much worse for us with just a little bit worse RNG. Centennial Puzzle, the first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. That's actually really important because the Jax loses HP for us. So a lot of the time, that will trigger the draw. We could use Hologram to bring Jax back, but again, remember, we don't intend to use Jax a bunch of times, and Hologram, like, play Jax, use Hologram, play Jax. That's 1 energy spent, but I played 3 cards, which is going to start to violate that Velvet Choker. The Centennial Puzzle provides a bunch of draw, which is also going to start to violate that Velvet Choker's conditions, so it's not looking great. Probably a good time to pick up the Sapphire Key here over the tiny chest. Ooh, all right. We have the right setup here. I'm definitely taking damage this turn. I should defend. Alright, so no more damage this turn. We can pop that Dark Orb for 44 damage. Obviously, there was a better order to do those things in. I would have gotten 9 more damage. Thankfully, it doesn't look like that 9 more damage would have mattered. It wouldn't have saved me a turn there, which is all that really matters to me. Chaos, channel 2 random orbs. That's really, really quite good. Multicast comes pre-upgraded, and we do have a Dark Orb in the deck already. But Chaos generating 2 orbs is just extremely effective for filling our orb slots. It's just we need more orb slots. I'm going to take the Chaos. 1 of 20 cards to add to the deck. We'll go with that option just so that we can try and find a capacitor. There's the capacitor. Another self-repair. It's not a bad option. We definitely can't take FTL or Overclock. They're, like, antithetical to the idea of this deck. We'll take that. And I think I'm also going to take the Fear Potion for vulnerability on application, just because we don't have any vulnerability application in the deck at the moment. Ooh, is this fight easy for us or difficult for us? I think it's quite easy for us, and I do want the masks, so I'll fight them. Even though I could have given away 16 gold here and wouldn't have been too sad about it. Great. So 6 for each challenge orb, and I had 5 out, so that's 30 damage. Killed the backline. It's very important that I play my self-repairs, but... Really? We couldn't kill the frontliner? Oh, that sucks so much. Damn it. Took a bunch more damage then than I needed. But we took the red mask at the start of each combat, applying 1 weak to all enemies, as well as another copy of soft repair. That's probably too much right there. I'll actually take the pre-upgraded Equilibrium here. It is gain 16 block, retain your hand this turn. Could be quite good. Thank you, Jax, for the card draw. I'm going to seek out the Equilibrium here, as well as Defragment. Equilibrium literally just to keep all of the cards that I know I'm not going to be able to play this turn. Okay. Yep. At least we're not vulnerable. Thank you to the Clockwork Souvenir for making sure of that. My Shelled Parasite, hello, 14 HP. Another Defragment, pre-upgraded, obvious pickup for us right there. We don't actually have that much defense in this deck, but at the same rate, upgrading Capacitor is so damn important for us. We might have to use the Essence of Steel in this fight just to keep ourselves alive. It's a really bad opening hand for us. Go Capacitor Defrag, and then follow up with the Equilibrium, as well as... I'm going to use the Dual Cast and pop the Plated Armor Potion here. So we're definitely taking a lot of damage. Oh, 2 Plasma Orbs! What up? That's obviously excellent for us. 2 extra energy a turn. Thank you. I'm going to now use the Fear Potion because I am worried that we're... Damn it! I forgot that I had a Pendib. Obviously, I could have ordered that attack a lot better. Possibly killed that turn? So the first artifact there denies the weakness. It's kind of good. I actually do need that denied. All right, good. So it was okay for us to get the upgrade before this fight rather than rest, which I really appreciate. Ancient Potion as well as another Rainbow, but it's up against Echo Form. That's difficult. Rainbow comes pre-upgraded, but Echo Form is Echo Form. Echo Form is going to violate the condition of the Velvet Choker a lot of the time. I'm going to take Rainbow. I don't know. None of them are energy relics. Energy relics probably would have still been an insta-pick here. Would they? Actually, probably not. I'm kind of keen on taking the Ori literally just to look for another copy of Capacitor. Like, Astrolabe transforms 3 cards and upgrades them. Sure, what attacks do I want in this deck? Basically, Ball Lightning, Cold Snap. And they don't even scale well in late game, so probably not even those. And then if it transforms them into skills, I have skills upgraded anyway, so the second effect doesn't really matter to me. If it transforms them into powers, like half of the powers that are currently available, I don't even want. I'll take Ori. 5 card selections. Tempest could be used. Boot Sequence probably will be used. Charge Battery, another Chaos. So we go Chaos. Charge Battery, Boot Sequence, Tempest. Pretty nice pickups there. I now have to effectively judge, can this kill the heart? It's not sandbagging when I say I don't think so. It's just honesty. Gosh, this is so effective, aggressively and defensively. It is wild. Cool-headed. Second Tempest is probably too much. In fact, I didn't even really want the first one, but still fine with it. I'll take a single copy of Cool-Headed. That's probably the only one I take, though. So I do have the ability to just play out the curse from my hand, but the problem is then I still have to draw the curse and then play it, which loses me 1 HP. Unless I've not taken damage yet that combat and that triggers a Centennial Puzzle, I'm at a draw disadvantage. Taking the 100. Just being safe. I'm really glad that I had the weakness on all of my enemies here, that is from the Red Mask, as well as the boot sequence, because without those, we would have been heavily punished here on turn 1. We've taken 22 damage that turn. No way to block it. That's no way to live a life. Literally. Really hoping that was going to kill the backliner for me. That's okay, as long as... No, damn it. I just wanted to draw my other self-repair. Okay. Not going to be able to take out the transient. This build can't do that. I'm going to charge battery, equilibrium. This is so that I can just keep the zero-cost boot sequence in hand. Seek for basically the most expensive cards in my deck if I can find them. It should just be both defragments here, actually. That manages to full defend me, but basically only just. Self-repair already fully heals me, so I'll just cycle orbs. Okay. Just barrage. Pretty important I lead myself with a Frost Orb, but it's also pretty important that my next stand is very aggressive. Doing 7 damage is like 7 block at least for me, so it's not bad. Let's go Rainbow, then Jax. Alright, that works perfectly for me. So I have 2 attacks until my next pen nib trigger. Which gives me time to set up for a barrage. Cool, which is fine. Like, the first barrage here wouldn't even do anything for me. It's 16's 22 incoming damage. I could take 1 damage this turn in order to just draw ridiculously next turn. That appeals. Capacitor, Chaos. Barrage, then Barrage for the kill. And then defend myself as well. What fun. I should basically, at this point, just be able to wait until all my enemies die. Just because they shouldn't be able to overpower my defense. That said, why bother waiting? Flask Ignition, it's exactly what I wanted in this deck. Upgrading it as soon as possible. Go for an elite. Okay, which elites spawn this floor? Reptimancer. Reptimancer provides or demands that I do damage in AoE. We have difficulty with that. Giant Head. Giant Head demands we play a bunch of cards in a single turn. We have difficulty with that. And then the the Nemesis, which we can only deal damage to half of the time. Gosh, we'd have difficulty with that as well. Gotta remember, despite the fact that this deck is strong, it might not be well suited to certain elites. So it's worth running through the list of them and considering, can I take this one? Can I take this one? And can I take this one? And if the answer is no for even one of them, maybe it's too risky. In this circumstance, I've determined, yeah, the answer's no pretty clearly. Alright, I've still got 2 self-repairs in the deck. We should be okay. Excuse me. Self-repair, and now we're fine. Lovely. Oh, re-upgraded Glacier, exactly what this deck needs. If I was missing HP, I'd actually be tempted to take the Curse of Writhe. Now, the reason that I'd be tempted to take it is just because it would give me a curse in my opening hand, which I could then use by playing with the blue candle to trigger the Centennial Puzzle on the first turn, which gives me a lot of draw. Now, the bad thing about that is it counts the curse as a card played for the turn, and then my opening hand is what? It's 5... It's 7. Right, so my opening hand is 7 cards, and I only get to play 5 of them. I've already lost 1 HP, and I'm not even benefiting from the heal here, so there's no real reason to take it. We could take the Madnesses. Good lord, hang on. Excuse me, needed a solid throat clear there. Alright, we could take the 2 Manuses. They'd pre-upgrade, which would be a 0 cost card in my deck, reduce the cost of a random card in your hand to 0 this combat. The problem with that is we don't really need our cards to cost 0. We have like 4 2-cost cards in the entire deck. We have enough energy to play most of our cards, and we have a lot of 0-cost cards in here as well. So I'm just gonna lose the max HP. This is a rare situation where like all of them, under certain circumstances, could have been good options for me. Bag of Marbles at the start of combat apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Perfect turn for the Bias Cognition. It's unfortunate that I definitely had to get that guaranteed kill there. Otherwise, this just would have been so simple. Would it was so simple? Compile Driver is a lot of draw for us, but do I need it? I should still take it. It's super powerful. These self-repairs are going to get really, really, really bad soon. All right, I'll recall in this position. I'll take the gold. I don't like the possibility that we get weakness on turn 1 for the rest of the game from the Gremlin Visage, which is one of the masks that you can get from that event. So there's 5 masks you can get from that event. If you say 50% chance for a good mask, 50% chance for a bad mask, you might recognize there's no way to split 5 into 50-50. I'll talk about that in a moment. The real fact is there's 40% chance for a good, 40% chance for a bad, 20% chance for a neutral. They just hide that. So the good, you have the Mask of the Cleric. At the end of each fight, your max HP is increased by 1. Not super relevant for us from now on. There's the Serpent's Mask, which is every time you go to a question mark space, get 50 gold. That would trigger for us once. And the other option was just gain 50 gold, so obviously that's easy. The neutral mask is the Bird's Mask, or the Cultist's Mask, which just says core at the start of each battle. It has no actual in-game effect. Then there's 2 bad masks. One is the Gremlin's Visage, which is... Gremlin's Visage is gain 1 week at the start of each combat. Rather than apply 1, which is apply to enemies, gain is on yourself. And then finally, Lost Hungry Face, which is the next non-boss chest you open contains no relic. Pretty lame. Shuriken is actually interesting just because of how many times we hit with Barrage. So if we can ever upgrade Shuriken, it's super worth it for us. But we have a deck of 32 cards, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 attacks in a deck of 32 cards. How likely is it that we play 3 of them in a single turn? No. The answer is no. It's not likely. For that reason, we should probably just hold on to these. Maybe just remove a strike. I'm gonna upgrade to defend. It feels like our defense is gonna be lacking. Well, we got the Seek in the opening hand, which is ideal. We'll take Bias Cognition Capacitor. Great. Hopefully we get Glacier soon. Oh my god, 2 energy. Really? I'm happy about it. It might not read in the way that I said really there, but I am actually quite pleased. I'm gonna dual cast and then just Tempest, burn it out of the deck. I'm not gonna want to use a huge Tempest in this fight. Rainbow gives us a bunch of energy here. Ooh, another defragment. Nice. Even charge battery, and then... yeah, I'm just going to use the Chaos. I think we're just going to focus on our orbs this entire fight. So the Barrage was effectively just a means to getting to the point where we stop using Barrage, effectively. I wanted the Barrage to be the entire central conceit of the deck, but hey, if this is what's going to win for us, I'm hardly one to complain. Awesome. Self-repair, Rainbow, and then just charge battery. We've got extra energy for the next turn. Yeah, this is ultra simple at this point. 1021, not half bad. Got our Ascension 7 victory there. Alright, now here I'm going to just smith another defend. Okay, this store could make or break. Interesting. Very interesting. What would I pick up? It's definitely second copy of Biased Cognition. So Dolly's Mirror just gives you a copy of another card that already exists in your deck. We took an upgraded Biased Cognition there. We have an Ancient Artifact at the moment, Ancient Potion rather, at the moment already. And then I'll be taking a Dex Potion here too. The Liquid Bronze is quite good as well in the upcoming fight, but this is going to be a really good layout for us. As long as we can survive this fight, and that's not a given. This fight can be really brutal, and looking at the setup they have here for turn 1, it looks like it's going to be pretty brutal to us. Ouch. Ooh, that's a lot of damage I get to take this turn. 57 from behind as well. You are kidding me, right? Well, going into the fight with a single HP here, so that's good. Alright. Pantograph at the start of boss combats, heal for 25 HP. That's really important for us. Heal 25 HP coming into the fight. Lovely. Alright, so we'll start with Boot Sequence, then Jax for the card draw. Storm, Capacitor, Defragment. I'll also use the Power Potion. No, I won't use that this turn. I'll play the Charge Battery instead. See, the big problem is the enemy is going to debuff me this turn, so we lose our first artifact. Prevents the vulnerability, though. Ow. Use the Ancient Potion, then... Equilibrium, Biased Cognition, Self-Repair, and what? I need Buffer, basically. Don't get it. It's fine. Charge. We'll seek for Defragment Biased. we've got one Frost Orb out there. Could be worse. Could be a lot better, but could be worse. And now we're dead. Wait, hang on. Is there any way I can have 3 Oh, there is. Okay, we go Barrage, Barrage, Tempest. Then we end up with the Frost Orb in the front line. We'll dual cast for defense. I don't know. Maybe this is possible. It's not. It's not possible. It's really close, though. 16 HP on the enemy there. Really, really damn close. Was there a better ordering for anything that... Like, obviously, if I had the buffer in the deck from the first card selection that I accidentally skipped after the first boss, we could have done that. Well, I mean, it depends when we drew it, right, as to whether or not we could have done it, so I shouldn't say that we could have done it. If we had a little bit more HP from that Spire fight, we could have done it. We just got really unlucky. They launched in, like, for both of the first 2 turns, they launched in with their biggest attacks they could have done that turn, and then a 40 on the 3rd turn from the Spire Spear. Like, it was just really, really bad attack RNG from them. And we didn't have our defensive cards super early. Oh well. We got really lucky, like, immediately after that with the Pantograph. Otherwise, we already would have been dead in the water on that fight. So, you know, it all does balance out. Like, there is luck and anti-luck. There's good luck and bad luck going across the run. Like, RNG doesn't just always keep you down, but definitely could have done with a little less of it in the Spire Spear fight in particular. That's okay, though. For the moment, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.